What's going on, everyone? This is Kevin here, and in this video, we're going to be checking out the Comica Vimo S microphone. Now this is the UC model of it, which essentially means that it is compatible with USB-C devices. So if you have an Android phone or anything else that supports USB-C microphones, then this might definitely be a good option worth considering. Now, I'd like to thank Comica for being kind enough for sending this out to me to cover here on the channel and for also sponsoring this video. And with all that said, let's get started. Now, in addition to this model of the Comica Vimo S, which does support USB-C, there is a Lightning model as well available, and I have linked to both this and that in the video description for your convenience. Another awesome thing too is that this microphone is being offered in two different color configurations. You can get it in either black or white. Now, I'm not sure about necessarily buying two of these, one in each color, but on the other hand, it might be worth considering what color clothing you typically wear when you are creating your content, because you might want to go with whichever microphone color configuration best matches with what you wear. Now, when choosing a wireless microphone, there are several things very specifically that are very important to me. So reliability, ease of use, and audio quality are pretty much my major priorities. Now, starting off with reliability, this one is probably pretty obvious. If you are pairing up a wireless microphone with your camera or your computer or any other device that is compatible with this, you do want to make sure that you're not recording a bunch of audio and not having it actually get recorded into the device itself. You don't want to have a microphone where glitches come up pretty often, because that's going to make things very frustrating and you might miss out on a certain opportunity to capture certain audio. Now, thankfully, not only with this device have I found it to be very reliable, but Comica as a brand does have a lot of experience. They've been in the audio industry, in the professional audio industry, for a very long time at this point. So it's not like there's some sort of new company that has limited experience with creating reliable microphones. And then also, building on top of reliability, you do want to make sure your microphones are always charged up and ready to go. Now, thankfully, with the general design of this case here, which we'll talk about a little bit more later on in this video, you're pretty much always guaranteed to have the microphones be charged up as long as the case itself has been charged as well. So this design that we're getting here is very similar almost to how Apple created the AirPods, where you just stick them in the case to charge when they're not in use. You don't have to worry about plugging these microphones into a bunch of different separate USB-C connections and all of that. It's a very seamless, compact design here. Now, as far as ease of use goes, that's also very important, because with any gear that I have that ends up being very cumbersome to set up, in reality, I end up really not using it. So in this situation here with the Comica Vimo S, setup is very convenient. You just have to make sure that the receiver, which you remove from the back of the device, is connected to your USB-C compatible computer or phone, and then from there, the connection is almost instant. So going from having this in my camera bag or backpack to having things be set up and ready to go literally takes less than a minute. And then finally, audio quality. That is very essential, of course, because this is a wireless microphone, and the alternative to using this microphone is to use the onboard microphone that you have in your device. Now, in reality, those onboard microphones tend to be not very good at all. But on the other hand, you don't want to use a wireless microphone like this and then have the audio quality only be marginally better. So in a second here, I am going to switch over to using the Comica Vimo S as the microphone for this video, so you can really get a good idea of what kind of audio quality to expect. But first, let's see what all comes included here in the box. So the first thing you'll find in the box is a user manual, which does go over everything that there is to know related to the Vimo S. And then also included are two wind muffs, which definitely can come in handy in certain situations. We have a USB-C to USB-A charging cable. We also have a 2-in-1 charging / monitoring adapter cable. So that's pretty awesome, because not only can you plug in 3.5mm headphones to monitor the audio, but you can also still charge via the pass-through. And then finally, we have the actual Comica Vimo S UC microphone itself. So again, as I mentioned earlier on in the video, this is all in a very compact setup here, which is very convenient. On the side of the case, we do have a USB-C charging port. Then on the other side, we have the battery level indicator button, which you can short press to show the battery level of the charging case and the transmitters. Then on the back of the case is the transmitter itself, which does slide out. We can then pop open the top here on the case to not only access the microphones themselves, but also to see the current battery status of the microphones. And the microphones have a really slim, sleek look to them. On the side of the microphone is a mute, denoise, and pairing switch button. On the top of the microphone is the actual mic input itself. And then it is very convenient too that the mic has a clip on it so that it can clip to your clothing. Now taking a closer look at the transmitter, there is quite a bit going on here, but at the same time, I really do like the design. Everything does make a lot of sense. So on the one end of it, you can see the USB-C, which allows you then to plug into whatever device you want the audio to go into. We also have microphone indicator lights so that you'll know if the microphone is actually connected to the receiver. There's also a toggle button to switch between mono and stereo. I do appreciate that we have that flexibility. On the other side of the transmitter, there is a USB-C port, which is used for both audio monitoring and to charge things. And then finally, there is a volume adjustment wheel. Now for my experience of using this device, you will want to keep the volume more in the lower end so that things don't clip. Maybe my voice is a little bit on the louder side, but I found that even with the volume in kind of the middle area, it did clip quite a bit. So thankfully, when I had it very low, everything sounded really good. Now connecting this to your device is very easy. So for example, with an Android phone, and in this situation, my Google Pixel 7, all I had to do was just plug this into the USB-C port on the bottom of the device, and then immediately it did recognize the microphone. Then from there, I went into the camera app and then switched the audio input so that it actually does use this mic. And that's pretty much it. At that point, you're good to go and it's time to record some audio. In addition to that, if you want to monitor the audio and provide a charging pass-through, then you can use the included cable. And then with that cable, you can connect your favorite headphones and the included USB-C charging cable so that your device can stay 100% charged. And then I also connected this to my MacBook Pro, and that was also very simple. All I did was just plug it into the USB-C port on the side, and then I switched the microphone to the Comica, and then everything worked. And if you're in a situation with a lot of background noise, then you can easily switch on the denoise feature so that you can get clearer audio recordings. And this feature can be enabled by long pressing on the button on the side of the microphone. So here's how things sound with the Comica Vimo S UC. So I do have the transmitter connected to my Mac. It is plugged directly into the USB-C port. And then as I mentioned, the whole setup process is really easy. It's pretty much plug and play and you're good to go. Now with this microphone, expect to get up to 15 hours of usage, and that is with the charging case. So that's really awesome, and the whole charging case design really makes a ton of sense in this implementation. Now as far as range goes when using this, you can go up to 200 meters. However, if you want the lowest amount of latency, you do want to be within 20 meters. Now as far as the audio quality goes with this, I'll let you be the judge because you're literally hearing it right now. But I know for me at least, it sounds a lot better than I was expecting. Now when Comica reached out to me and they explained that it's kind of a more portable wireless mic that is easily compatible with an Android device or any computer with USB-C, I figured it would be pretty decent and get the job done. But the quality here is really great, and I could see myself using this for pretty much any video that I'm making. Even if I just wanted to create a voiceover and I'm not actually creating a video at all, it's also really good in that situation. So in general, this is a very versatile, compact, portable, easy to use microphone from Comica, and I'm really impressed with the Vemo S UC in general. And I also really like the versatility of having two microphones included here. So, in this test, I'm just using one. However, if I want to conduct an interview, for example, this is super convenient because I can just have the person I'm interviewing clip this to their clothing and then we'll be good to go. So coming up, I am going to be attending quite a few trade shows all throughout 2023, and I'm very excited to take the Comica Vimo S UC along with me so that I can conduct those interviews with the best audio quality possible. And it really gives me a lot more flexibility in general, especially compared to a wired microphone. But take a look at the various links in the video description to learn more about the Comica Vimo S. But I'd like to thank Comica for sponsoring this video and for providing this product out to me to cover here on the channel. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of this microphone in the comments section below. But with all that said, I will see you in the next one. Take care and have a great rest of your day.